Morning folks, Cal Ditmar, Trapping Fool here. Gonna do a video on dirt hole sets for you. Got a coyote that's been running this line. I've been watching him for a while. The farmer's let me know he sees them about out every morning out here. So I'm gonna put in a dirt hole set here. One thing when it comes to putting in dirt sets, you want to watch the wind. When you have the scent there, you want it blowing to where they're gonna be. Most of the time we have a southwest wind, which would come from this way here. And I'll pan around here in a minute and show you what I got. It's a bean field that's been picked, and he's put a cover crop in it for the winter now. But there's a spot right over here where he's pushed up some stuff into the woods. That's where I'm going to put the dirt hole set. Just because when the coyote's coming through this edge here, most of the time the wind's going to be coming from the west, southwest, even northwest. So it should blow right to him here. He'll smell it and get up there and get into it. A lot of times I'll put in a double, 2 or 3 at a spot. I'm only going to put one in out here. Getting low on some traps, and I don't have a whole lot of time to be running a whole lot of traps right now. But I'm going to pan around and show you real quick this field here. One thing when you're, I'm just going to go ahead and keep talking and pan here. One thing when it comes to fields, picking a spot, location, if you see this, I'm kind of down in the bottom here. The sun's might blind it here for a second. But you can see where it goes into this corner. Corners are good. Right here would be a good spot. Up where that other field turns into the beans there, it actually cuts back. You can kind of see it back there. That would be a good spot. Back up this way, I've caught a lot of coyotes actually. Back around the bend here. Up into the corner, there's a little bottom there. But out in this bottom here, the coyotes are always out in here. I'm going to put the set right here up against this. I've got all my stuff laid out there, so we'll get up here. Give me a minute to readjust here. Bear with me here, folks. Probably gonna see some weird things here with my me moving around here. Hopefully you'll be able to see everything here. I'm going to move around to the other side. I'm going to focus more where I'm going to be working at here. So get everything locked down. Of course, now a train comes. Alright, what I got here, farmer pushed up. There's behind me where I'm knelt down here, there's actually the tire tracks that come up here. I'm going to put a hole in right in here and come out. I've actually marked my trowel years ago from all the years of trapping. Right here's the mark, so I know from here to here is where I need the trap. So offset a couple inches from the hole. I've already kind of got a spot picked out here where I'm going to punch a hole in. So we'll offset, come out this far from the hole to here, which is actually 13 inches. I found 12 to 13 inches is a mark for targeting fox and coyote. That seems to be the sweet spot where they hit most of the time. I'll offset it just a little bit to the right, a couple inches. So right here is where I want the center of my trap. What I'm going to do is dig that out. And I dig it down pretty far. Everybody has their own traps that they use. I'm running MB 550s right now, 4-coiled. I always double stake. I've already got the trap set here. I like short chain swiveled here, and it's also swiveled here. I've lost coyotes and stuff on long chain by letting them have too much room to run. This keeps putting them on a short leash, to me, holds them in place better. I've lost fewer that way. Double stake. I've had them dig up single stakes and take off. So I dig down, get the double stake in. Pound her down in there. Now what I'll do, take some dirt, pack it down into there. Now I've got just a little bit of an impression here. Get this trap set, bed it in. Now I push dirt up along it here. Actually, before I get too far, I need to put the, I use fill here. for underneath the pan. You'll see in a second before I get too far ahead. And I usually use the dirt around the area just to darken it up a little bit, shake it out, keeps it soft and fluffy there. Goes right under the pan. A little too much. What I'm looking for is just enough to fill it to hold the dirt from getting under the pan to keep it from working. I don't know if you can see there or not, but it will keep it in place. Alright, now we can bed this trap. And by bedding, if you notice, I work the dirt around at an angle towards it. What I'm looking for is it not to move when I push pressure on it. This is pretty good bedded here. A little bit of movement here. And a little bit more there. That's pretty good. Knock it down a little bit more. Alright. That looks pretty good to me. Now what I do is leaves and stuff out of the way. Now here's a trick that I do that I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of people do. I mark my outside jaw, and you'll see why in a few minutes here. Alright, I got that in place. Slip the dirt over it. Level it off a little bit. Blend it in. A lot of times for the hole, I'll just use a stake, drive it in there. I'll go in probably 12 to 13 inches. I try and get down into it. And then I'll waller it out. But I got an auger and I left it in the truck. I'm going to go grab it, so stand by. I just think this auger will work better. Alright, I'm going to punch it in at an angle. Alright, now we got this hole in place. Of course there's, well, a piece of white stuff down there from the bark, which will be alright. Now, remember, my trap is right here. This is the jaw right here. I try and keep my pan, which is right here, clean of debris and stuff, because they'll put their foot there. They won't step on this, they won't step on this. Hell, they probably won't even step on this blade of grass in here. What I'm doing is I'm forcing them to put their foot right there on my trap. And from doing this for so many years, usually I'll find a little stone, which I don't see one here, so we'll use the next best thing. We'll take just a little piece of like this, a little stick. Remember, that was the jaw. I don't like that stick. We gotta find a different one. This one will work. Just a little thing like this is all we need. Right here, right where that jaw laid. Remember? Now, what we've done is we have forced him to step over this stick, because he won't step on that. In fact, I'm going to put that right there just like that. He'll see that, he'll step over that, and his foot will go right into the trap. Now I'll throw some beaver stank in there. I think is what I'm going to do. Up on one of these trees around here. Pan up here and let you see around now. a little bit up around here. See this banking here, the backing? He won't be able to get into it. He won't be able to get at it from the side here. He'll come right up that trail, right into my trap. But up in here somewhere, I'm going to put some, I got some Jeff Dunlap Lightning. Real good, high potency skunk smelling stuff. It's like a gel form, paste tough, that will long distance call. So they'll smell that skunk smell up here and come up to investigate it. Then they'll get up closer, they'll smell the beaver stank that I got. I can actually use a beaver stank on these trees too, just like the lightning in a bottle it's called, or hellfire is the other one. But the beaver stank does the same thing those two will do. It's a long distance call, and then down in the hole, it works real well. I've been pulling a lot of dogs off of it, coons and stuff again this year. Well, not a lot, but a few. I've only got a few traps out, not trapping real hard. So, all right, I'll get some bait in there, and I think we got this one whooped. Something else here, the leftover polyfill I have, see it right there? What I do with that is I'll shove it down into these holes also. It's sight appeal. It's just something that they see in there, and they'll spend a little more time at your hole trying to get it out of there, because curiosity killed a cat type thing. When they start bouncing around in there trying to get it, they'll find your trap again too. So, something else I should add, with dirt hole sets, I like to set them. This is kind of on a northwest bank here. You can see where the sun is right now. I'm not going to shine and blind everything here, but you can see it shining in the window here. What will happen, let me adjust everything here. What happens is the moon, we're working onto a full moon right now, and with the full moon, that moon's going to be following the same path that the sun does at night. So when it does that, this hole, the way I've got it punched in, is going to glow even better. They're going to see it. They'll be able to see it. It's going to light up that hole with that white down in the bottom, and it's going to make them want it more. If you can see this hill over here, that would be a good hill too, but if you look out here, there's no sight appeal. I'm going to touch on the sight appeal right now. Usually what I'll do is I'll take a rock, white rock, even a log 2 foot long or something, and put it out there. That's going to be my backing. Then I'll make the trap to that. You'll want the backing on the upside of the hill. You'll put your trap on the downhill side, because they almost always approach from the downhill side. There are some that turn the mess up the whole ratio there, but whatever. But if you put the trap on this hill, it's going to be dark. They're going to see the shadow, and your hole's going to be in the shadow, so they won't be able to see down into the hole as good. So they won't spend as much time there. I've found when I put the holes, like on that hill over there, that's the south-facing hill, that would be the spot. And if you can see, there's that little ditch going up. See that dark spot? That would be a good spot for traps. A little bit different coloring over here, and a little bit of a cut there. That would be good spots for traps. It's just sight appeal. It's something out here in this vast emptiness that catches your eye. Now you can imagine if you put a log out here, or a rock, a white rock, it's going to sit out there and glow and get their attention, because they run this every day, every couple days anyways, and they know this is their living room. It's just like somebody putting a glass in your room. What's that doing there? You're going to go investigate, and that's what it is. All right, I'm going to show you, finish up here real quick. I got to do one more thing here. Bear with me here again. I'm trying to get back up here. I'm going to show you how I do the setup here. I really need to get a cameraman for this, because this gets kind of hard here. All right, bear with me. I'm going to get some bait. We're going to bait this thing real quick and be done here. Hang tight. Thing that's taboo. I know a lot of people will tell you, oh, don't do that, don't ever do that. Hopefully you can hear me over this train. Remember these sticks I put here right at the jaw? Watch what I'm going to do now. Well, if I can get my bottle to spray. I put a couple squirts of fox pee on it. That's all it takes, just a couple squirts. Now I got some beaver stank here. What I'm going to do is I break off a stick here. It's a real good pasty stuff here. It's supposed to rain. This stuff lasts through the rain, keeps on calling through the rain. And then I got some of my other homemade stuff here. Drop that down in there. I call it Bambi's Revenge. It's some leftover deer that got freezer burnt in the freezer years ago that I rotted out for bait. So, I'm going to throw a chunk of bait down in there. I'm going to put the white down in there in a minute. If I can get it. Keeps rolling down in there. I don't want it all the way in there. There we go. I'm going to put one more chunk of bait. My stick with the beaver stank. Then I take another stick, push right on that stick, push it way down into there. And then I'll throw the white down in there. Throw the stick out of the way there. Put this stuff out of the way. Get all my tools up. And I'll show you the finished product here in a second. Alright, here we go. Finished product right here. So you can see it kind of brushed in. If you've got footprints or something, kind of see where I was kneeling right here. We'll blend this down in with the rest of it here. But if you looked up into there, you can see the white down in there now. Looks like something was digging out here. Remember the trap pan's right there, so they're going to step over that right into my trap. So, all right. Yeah, stand by again, readjusting, get this done here. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Cal's Outdoors. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel here, and I have my own group page on Facebook, Cal's Outdoors. You can find it by searching Caleb Outdoors 2016. That's Caleb with 2 L's, C-A-L-L-E-B. So hopefully we'll have a coyote here in the morning. There's a couple other spots I need to get set, and I got to get ready to go to work here in another couple hours. So, hour and a half actually. So I got to get moving. Hope you enjoy the video. Make sure you subscribe to me. We'll see you next time. Trapping Fool out.